To estimate the labor, first calculate the time for receptacle replacement. For 18 duplexes, allow 15 minutes each, totaling 2 hours and 45 minutes. Next, estimate the time for ground fault circuit interrupter installation. 4 new ground fault circuit interrupters at 30 minutes each amounts to 2 hours. Then calculate single pole switch replacement. 16 switches at 15 minutes each equals 4 hours. Calculate the 3-way switch replacement. 2 3-way switches at 30 minutes each is 1 hour. Finally, estimate the time for the 50 amp stove outlet remount, including surface mount, which should take around 2 hours. Summing these times gives a total labor time of 12 hours and 30 minutes. To estimate material costs, begin with the duplex receptacles. 18 duplexes at $5 each totals $90. Then, calculate the ground fault circuit interrupter costs. 4 ground fault circuit interrupters at $10 each is $40. Next, determine the cost for single pole switches. 16 switches at $3 each is $48. Then calculate the 3-way switch costs. 2 switches at $5 each totals $10. Add in the 50 amp stove outlet, estimated at $50. Finally, include the surface mount cover, estimated at $10. The total material cost is $248. Several factors must be considered when bidding. Firstly, factor in travel time and distance to and from the job site. Secondly, consider any challenges or complexities that may arise during the installation. Thirdly, determine your desired hourly rate based on experience, skill level, and local market conditions. Fourthly, include a percentage for overhead expenses such as insurance, vehicle maintenance, and administration. Fifthly, set a reasonable percentage for your profit margin to ensure a fair return on your investment. Using an hourly rate of $60 per hour, an overhead cost of 20%, and a profit margin of 25%, the estimated bid amount can be calculated. Labor would be 12.5 hours multiplied by $60 per hour, totaling $750. Materials are $248. Overhead is $750 multiplied by 0.20, totaling $150. Profit is $750 multiplied by 0.25, totaling $187.50. Add the labor, materials, overhead, and profit costs to estimate the total bid. The total estimated bid then is $1,335.50. This estimate does not include any unforeseen circumstances or additional work that may be required. It is important to thoroughly inspect the property before providing a final bid to ensure that all work is accurately accounted for. Always provide a detailed proposal outlining the scope of work, materials to be used, and estimated completion time. Receptacle spacing should adhere to National Electrical Code, NEC, Section 210.52. In dwelling units, receptacles should be installed so that no point along the floor line in any wall space is more than 6 feet measured horizontally from an outlet in that space. This ensures convenience for using electrical appliances without needing excessive extension cords. In kitchens, at least 2 20-amp small appliance branch circuits are required as specified in NEC 210.11. Seat 1. These circuits should serve receptacle outlets for appliances such as toasters, blenders, and coffee makers. Ground fault circuit interrupter protection is crucial in areas where electrical equipment may come into contact with water. NEC 210.8 specifies locations where ground fault circuit interrupter protection is required, including bathrooms, kitchens, garages, and outdoor locations. This protection helps prevent electrical shock by quickly de-energizing the circuit when a ground fault is detected. When replacing switches, ensure that the new switches are rated for the voltage and amperage of the circuit. Standard switches are typically rated for 120 volts or 277 volts and 15 amps or 20 amps. For 3-way switches, follow the wiring diagram provided with the new switches to ensure proper operation. A 3-way switch allows a light to be controlled from 2 different locations. The National Electrical Code, NEC, provides guidelines for wiring methods. Common wiring methods include non-metallic sheath cable, commonly known as Romex, and electrical metallic tubing, commonly known as EMT conduit. Choose the appropriate wiring method based on the application and local code requirement. When installing a 50 amp stove outlet, ensure that the circuit is properly sized and protected by a 50 amp circuit breaker. Use the appropriate size wire for the circuit, typically number 6 American wire gauge, AUG, copper wire, or number 4 American wire gauge, AUG, aluminum wire, depending on the distance and voltage drop. The outlet should be securely mounted to the wall and properly grounded. Always disconnect power before working on any electrical circuits. Use a voltage tester to verify that the circuit is de-energized before beginning work. Follow lockout tag-out procedures to prevent accidental re-energization of the circuit while you are working on it. When working with electrical circuits, personal protective equipment, PPE, is essential. Wear safety glasses to protect your eyes from debris. Use insulated gloves to protect your hands from electrical shock. Wear appropriate clothing and footwear for the work environment. Always follow the manufacturer's instructions for installing electrical equipment. Use the correct tools for the job and ensure that they are in good working condition. If you are not comfortable working with electrical circuits, hire a qualified electrician. Working with electricity can be dangerous, and it is important to take all necessary precautions to prevent injury or property damage. When selecting materials, choose high-quality products that meet or exceed industry standards. Look for products that are listed by a recognized testing laboratory, such as Underwriters Laboratories, UL. This ensures that the products have been tested and meet safety requirements. When estimating the cost of materials, be sure to include all necessary components such as wire, connectors, boxes, and mounting hardware. Get quotes from multiple suppliers to ensure that you are getting the best price. When estimating the time required for the job, consider the complexity of the work and your experience level. Allow extra time for unforeseen circumstances, such as damaged wiring or unexpected obstacles. It is always better to overestimate the time required than to underestimate it. When preparing your bid, be sure to clearly define the scope of work. Specify exactly what you will be doing and what you will not be doing. This will help prevent misunderstandings and disputes later on. Include a detailed breakdown of the costs, including labor, materials, overhead, and profit. This will help the customer understand how you arrived at your bid price. Be sure to include a payment schedule in your bid. Specify when you will be paid and how much you will be paid at each stage of the project. This will help ensure that you get paid for your work in a timely manner. Get your bid in writing and have the customer sign it before you begin work. This will protect you in case of a dispute. Keep accurate records of all work performed and materials used. This will help you track your costs and ensure that you are paid for all of your work. Communicate regularly with the customer throughout the project. Keep them informed of your progress and any problems that arise. This will help build trust and ensure that the project is completed to their satisfaction. Follow up with the customer after the project is completed to ensure that they are satisfied with your work. This will help you get repeat business and referrals. When replacing receptacles, switches, and outlets, ensure that they are properly grounded. Grounding provides a path for fault current to flow back to the source, which helps protect against electrical shock. Use a grounding tester to verify that the receptacles, switches, and outlets are properly grounded. When working with aluminum wire, use connectors that are specifically designed for use with aluminum. Aluminum wire expands and contracts more than copper wire, so special connectors are needed to prevent loosening and overheating. When making connections, use the correct torque settings for the connectors. Over-tightening or under-tightening connectors can lead to loose connections and overheating. Use a torque wrench to ensure that the connectors are tightened to the correct torque. When running wire through walls, floors, or ceilings, protect the wire from damage. Use nail plates to protect the wire from nails or screws. Use bushings to protect the wire from abrasion. When installing electrical boxes, ensure that they are securely mounted to the wall or ceiling. Use the correct screws or fasteners for the type of wall or ceiling material. When installing cover plates, ensure that they are flush with the wall or ceiling. Use shims if necessary to achieve a flush fit. When working in damp or wet locations, use weatherproof boxes and fittings. Weatherproof boxes and fittings are designed to protect electrical components from moisture. When working in hazardous locations, use explosion-proof boxes and fittings. Explosion-proof boxes and fittings are designed to contain any sparks or explosions that may occur inside the box. Always follow the National Electrical Code, NEC, and local codes when performing electrical work. The NEC is a set of standards for the safe installation of electrical wiring and equipment. Local codes may be more stringent than the NEC, so it is important to check with your local building department. Consider the accessibility of the work area. Is it easy to reach the receptacles and switches, or are there obstacles in the way? Limited accessibility can increase the time required for the job. Evaluate the condition of the existing wiring. Is the wiring old and brittle, or is it in good condition? Damaged wiring may need to be replaced, which can increase the cost of the job. Check for any existing code violations. Correcting code violations may add to the scope of work and the overall cost. Assess the customer's expectations. Do they want standard receptacles and switches, or do they want upgraded devices? Upgraded devices can add to the material cost. Factor in waste and spoilage. Some materials may be damaged or unusable, so it's important to account for waste. Consider the time of year. Working outdoors in extreme weather conditions can slow down the job. Account for cleanup time. Cleaning up the work area after the job is completed can take time, so factor this into your estimate. If you are working for a general contractor, be sure to get a clear understanding of the payment terms. Some general contractors may have a slow payment process which can affect your cash flow. Consider the cost of permits. Some electrical work may require permits, which can add to the overall cost of the job. Factor in the cost of insurance. You should have adequate insurance coverage to protect yourself from liability in case of an accident. Remember to include a clause in your bid that protects you from liability for unforeseen conditions. This will help protect you from being held responsible for problems that you did not anticipate. Always be professional and courteous when dealing with customers. This will help you build a good reputation and get repeat business. Keep up to date on the latest electrical codes and technologies. This will help you provide the best possible service to your customers. Invest in quality tools and equipment. This will help you work more efficiently and safely. Join a professional organization such as the Independent Electrical Contractors (IC) or the National Electrical Contractors Association (NECA). This will give you access to training, resources, and networking opportunities. Consider offering a warranty on your work. This will give customers peace of mind and help you stand out from the competition. Get feedback from your customers. This will help you improve your services and ensure that you are meeting their needs. Continuously strive to improve your skills and knowledge. This will help you stay competitive and provide the best possible service to your customers.